Hi there, I'm Dan, and welcome to the Codlington Light Railway.
The Codlington Light Railway started in 2016. Major renovation work was done, removing two very large bushes, erecting a fence and clearing the garden. The railway is raised on sleepers with landfill put on the inside, and it runs on 32mm track. And although not a strict scale, I do try and stick to 16mm scale. The railway has a mixture of live steam, gas fired and coal fired, and battery powered radio control. The railway, as I've said, is based in present day North Yorkshire, but very much with a focus of it being a preserved railway. The garden's fairly small, so I had to be quite innovative with the space that we had. So it's a figure of 8 with lots of plants there. So this is how it started in its incarnation. The very large bushes were chopped down, fence erected, and a trench was dug. The sleepers were cut to size and cemented in place. There we are. The sleeper wall there is all cemented in place. And once I had the landfill and all the kind of fill in, I started to experiment with the track to see would it fit. I did lots of drawings and lots of dimensions to make sure it would fit, but I was just experimenting with how it would actually look. There we are, yours truly, very thrilled to be starting on the railway. And this was originally how it looked. The crossover between the figure of 8 has actually been removed. It became a bit of a problem point for derailments, and it was quite a challenge to get there. And there we are. The track was down, ready for the rest of the vegetation and the village. And this is what it looks like now. About 3 years ago I started planting, installed the station, and just this year I finished off the village. The village isn't quite completed yet, it needs much more detail to make it more lifelike, but certainly they're all wired up for lighting. And this battery powered Doctor Who TARDIS is there to fight the overgrown ladybug. The philosophy of the railway is not to take things too seriously. I like it to look realistic and I want it to look good, but then likewise I want it to be a bit of fun as well. I have 2 young children. I'm a little bit, I don't really ribbit count myself, so for me it's important to have a bit of fun element as well and for it to be played with. So the live steam are manual control. With it being a raised railway and very flat, I'm able to get away with manual control. And just by preference, the battery powered locos are run through the Deltang 22 system, where you can control up to 12 locomotives with one controller, so all the battery locos are controlled from the one controller. The station was built by Jigstones, and this worked really well and I really liked the look of it, but the problem was it was very time consuming to make each building, so I opted for resin kit built buildings instead. For me, with it being a small railway, it was important that it disappeared behind the different plants and trees, and for it to then reappear later on with it. It was just a circle raised, and for me there's no fun in that. I like it to disappear, appear again, disappear again, come out again. It just gives it an extra dimension of realism, and also an extra dimension when one is running it as well. For me, lighting was important, so all the street lamps work, all the buildings light up, so that in the evening or winter months the railway has another life of its own as well. It isn't being run at that time, but it's really nice to look out the window, look at it all lit up and look at how nice it looks.